Welcome back to the kitchen at Andersen Acres. Tonight we are making chocolate pixies. These are a really delicious chocolate cookie with a hint of walnut that are absolute perfection. So, without further ado, let's get started. I have my little chocolate melter here. You can also do this with a pot on the stove. I am choosing to use my chocolate melter, but again, pot on the stove will work fine. And into that chocolate melter, you're going to put a 1/4 cup of butter. Don't use margarine. Okay? This is one of those times where butter makes it better. You can use a plant butter if you like. I prefer real butter, but if you like plant butter, or if you need to use plant butter, that's okay. Just don't use margarine. And you're also going to add into the chocolate melter or your saucepan on the stove about 1/2 cup of just plain old chocolate chips. Dark chocolate, milk chocolate, whatever you like. Stick a lid on there. We're going to wait until that's melted. That is going to take a few minutes. We're going to let it melt until it is mostly smooth. Then we'll come back and continue on. All right. Once the chocolate is pretty melted with the butter, okay, give that a little mix. I'm going to unplug my chocolate melter. That's the oven. Sorry, I need to pull my rice off this. I'm cooking dinner as well. So we're going to mix that up. Now we're going to mix our ingredients. We have 2 cups of flour, and we're going to add to that 2 cups of sugar. Okay, just regular sugar. Just regular sugar, not a big deal. Someone asked me if you could use if you should use beet sugar or cane sugar. It literally does not matter. Okay, as long as it's nice and sweet, it doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to add some walnuts. We are adding 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. If you are allergic to walnuts, you could leave these out or substitute with another nut of your choice, but I find these are perfect. Then we are going to add some baking powder. We are going to add what amounts to 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And we're going to add some salt. We're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay? Give that a nice mix. Give that a nice mix. Now what we're going to do is, we are going to add 4 eggs. Okay? 4 nicely cracked eggs. Get these mixed in. Okay? And you want the eggs really well mixed in because next we're putting the hot chocolate in here. And if you pour that onto eggs directly that are not mixed in, what you're going to do is you're going to end up with scrambled eggs. Don't do that. So what we are going to do is kind of make a spot to pour the chocolate. I'm going to move that out of the way. So we're going to move most of this mixture out of the way. Okay. We're going to get a glove because I promise you what's about to happen is I'm going to lift that and I'm going to burn my fingers because I'm smart. So lift this up and scrape that chocolate into there, that chocolate butter mixture. Okay, this recipe is mostly chocolate and eggs. Everything else is just there to hold the cookie together. So, chocolate and eggs. Mostly that's what you're making. Chocolate and eggs. Okay? And scrape that off. We won't need the chocolate melter anymore. Now we are going to mix this. And I'm only using the wooden spoon for a minute. Then I'm going to switch to my hands. And after, we are going to refrigerate this until it's cool. We don't need the chocolate melter anymore, by the way. We're done with that part. But we are going to mix this with our hands now. Okay. We're going to mix this with our hands until it is well combined. And then it absolutely has to be refrigerated for at least 30 minutes. Okay. Or until it's firm. You might have to go longer than that, and that's fine. But I like to use my hands just because I find my hands mix a little better. Also, I like the feel of dough on my hands, I'll be honest. I like the way dough feels on my hands. So we're mixing our dough, getting it in there. Thank you. It's the oven telling me stuff. I don't need the oven to tell me stuff. But you'll notice how liquidy this dough is. It actually does need to sit in the fridge for a little bit. Okay? This needs to sit in the fridge because right now, if you just tried to make cookies out of that, it's not going to work. So make sure it's well mixed. Get all the dough off your fingers. Then stick this in the fridge. Let it set for at least half an hour. An hour is better. So we will come back to this when the dough has chilled out a little bit. Remember, it's primarily eggs and chocolate. So we'll come back once it's set. All right. My throat's weird. But the dough is chilled, so we are going to take about a teaspoon's worth of the dough, roll it into a ball, and roll that ball in powdered sugar, also known as icing sugar. And then we're going to do it again. And we're going to fill our pan up with these, and then we are going to bake these at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for about 18 minutes. Yes, they really take that long. Okay, 18 to 20 minutes. I usually do 18 minutes. And the dough will still be a little bit sticky, but having it sit in the fridge will really have firmed it up. Now, in between batches, you are going to want to keep the dough in the fridge. Okay, it needs to live in the fridge. So I'm going to finish doing this off camera, and then we will come back and take a look at the cookies as I take them out of the oven. They will have to cool on a wire rack, of course, but we'll come back when they come out of the oven. And just a little note, you want these cookies to be about a couple inches apart at least. They're going to spread a little bit. Okay, so this dough does spread a little bit. So keep those cookies a little bit apart. We'll be right back as soon as they come out of the oven. All right, these guys just came out of the oven. Now, you don't want to burn them, but you do want them set enough to remove from the tray. Okay, so they shouldn't be burned on the bottom, but they should be set enough. Okay, so what we're going to do is just scoop these off of here. Now, if you want cookies that spread more and get thinner, then what you're going to look for is you're going to want to not chill your dough as much. If you want them to stay a little more compact, then you're going to be looking for cookies, dough rather, that is more chilled. So I kind of pick a happy medium because I want them to spread but not too much. So it really is up to you. Depends on if you want them to spread. So if I wanted to make crisps, I would almost not refrigerate the dough at all, right? I would get it off there pretty quick, get it out of the fridge pretty quick. But since I don't want them to be crisps, I want them to be still sort of soft in the middle, not super soft. This dough can stick a little bit, so don't use tin foil. Just a warning, because it could stick slightly on silicone or even on parchment paper. So you definitely don't want to get out of the way. But you definitely do not want to use a tin foil because they'll stick like crazy. So we're going to let these cool, and then we will come back and see how they look when they're finished. I like the delicate patterning on them, and that happens because they spread as they bake. We'll be back as soon as they're cooled. And just like that, Chocolate Pixies. Remember that you can make them spread out more by chilling the dough for only a couple of minutes, or you can make them spread less and have more height by chilling the dough for a little longer. It's entirely up to you. That's about it for us tonight at Andersen Acres. Drop me a comment below if you enjoyed making Chocolate Pixies. We'll see you tomorrow.